Okay, thank you, everybody. Thank you all for coming. It's overwhelming that all of you attended tonight. We really appreciate that, and I'm truly honored and privileged to be before you as the president of Home State Bank on our 100th anniversary. A lot of great presidents before me, so it is really special for me to be before you today. A few fun facts, if I might. Speak up, okay? Who's in the back there? Is that what? How's that? Is that better? Yeah. Okay, sorry. You guys sound like my employees yelling at me for crying out loud. So, a few fun facts since 1915. What happened in 1915? I looked a few things up. The first stone in Lincoln Memorial was put into place in 1915, right? The Model T Ford was only 7 years old at that time. Isn't that something? The city of Crystal Lake was 1 year old. Isn't that something? And I think the other interesting fact about that, the original first president of Home State Bank was a gentleman by the name of William Pinnow, who was also the mayor of Crystal Lake. All right? Isn't that something? So Shepley, don't get any ideas, Shep. I know he's here. All right? I like my job. And then finally, for all of you from Crystal Lake, you may not realize this, but Bob Cormier Sr., who's here tonight, was an officer trainee back in 1915. No, I'm just okay. But that's a tough one because Bob's one of my bosses. He's still on the board, and he's been here for 53 years, which is pretty special, right? I would be remiss, and I am going to just mention my board of directors real quickly. I mentioned Bob, 53 years. Bob's been with us and did a tremendous job over those years with the bank. We wouldn't be here today without Bob, I can tell you that for sure. I believe Pat Moorhead is here. Pat, can you raise your hand? I want to introduce my board. Pat Moorhead, owner, president of KRW. I know that Jim Berg is here. Jim Berg? Where is Jim Berg? Jim Berg, investor, local. And last but not least, I believe Sandy Pierce is here, owner, president of Phoenix Woodworking. Sandy, are you here as well? Thank you, Sandy. And with that, which I'm delighted with, is that I think Aaron is here, Mayor Shepley is here, and he asked to come up and say a few words about Home State Bank, so I really appreciate that. So with that, Aaron, if you don't mind coming on up, I would appreciate it.
Aaron, you have to...
Okay, Aaron is going to say a few words, but he's limited to 3 minutes. And I told him he was a student when I was superintendent. I did retain his permanent records, and I will release them to the public if he goes over 3 minutes. Our mayor, Aaron Shepley.
Thank you very much, and on behalf of the city of Crystal Lake, I sincerely want to congratulate the entire Home State Bank family, and let's face it, it really is a family from the owners to the people who work here to the people who lead it. Congratulations on 100 years. It's a great milestone. How about a round of applause for Home State Bank? You know, just a couple of real quick additional fun facts to what Steve had to say. On this day in 1915, Cub fans were whining about the fact that it had been 7 years since their last World Series. So hopefully maybe that'll change sometime soon. German submarines were sinking British cruisers in the Atlantic Ocean before the start of World War I. As Steve pointed out, Crystal Lake was in fact celebrating its first anniversary. I can tell you this, and this is what I wanted to say. This is why when Steve reminded me about this mixer tonight, I said I really would like to say a few words. From the time my family has arrived in Crystal Lake in 1972, and I think for the entire 100 years that Home State Bank has been in existence, this has been our community bank. And it's been my family's community bank. I can tell you that when I went to college, I took out 7 separate student loans, and I got every last one of them from Home State Bank. I can tell you that when I was a kid, I was in grade school, I had a paper route. The first bank account that I ever had was my passbook savings account from Home State Bank. So on behalf of all of the people from this community who are situated just like me, who've been here for a really long time, even as long as Bob Blazier, and he was 11 when they opened. No, I'm sorry. When he was 11, when he was born, they were 11. That's right, I got it wrong. All right. So anyway, congratulations, Home State Bank, Crystal Lake's true community bank. Really appreciate having you, and as part of a huge giving contingent in this community for those many years. Congratulations.
Thanks so much, Aaron. Now I would like to introduce to you Mr. Jeff Bowden from the Illinois Bankers Association. Jeff?
Good evening, everybody. It's my pleasure on behalf of the Illinois Bankers Association to congratulate them on their 100th year anniversary. I've known the management of this bank for over 25 years. The bank and its staff has done an outstanding job of serving its communities in McHenry County. Therefore, the Illinois Bankers Association would like to present to them on their 100th year anniversary for the service to their communities with a crystal memento and induction into Illinois Bankers Centennial Club. Steve, Bob,